My name is Devin Blaskovich. I'm a fashion photographer working out of New York. I've worked with brands like Kodak, Adidas, Buffalo Shoes, Museum of Modern Art, and I'm here to explain to you three-point lighting. Three-point lighting is one of the most common lighting setups used for both photo and video. It's one of the essential ways that you should be able to light your subject or know if you want to work on a photo set. The three main elements of three-point lighting are the key light, which is the main source of light that shapes the face, dominates the angle of shadows, and is what really illuminates your subject. Usually, it's placed at a 45-degree angle from the camera. The second light in three-point lighting is the fill light. By adjusting the fill light to different intensities, you can make the shadows more even or more dramatic depending on the mood of your image. And those go in something called a contrast ratio, which are in fractions, including like 1:1, which has no shadows, 1:2, and it goes down from there to more intensity in contrast between the key light and the fill light. The third light in three-point lighting is what can be called either the backlight or the hair light or the shoulder light. That's the accent that's coming from behind the frame to give the subject kind of a 3D rendering. The third point of light can be placed either directly behind the subject or off frame at a 45-degree angle. Three-point lighting isn't a strict set of rules you need to follow every time. There's many different ways to arrange your 3 points of light to create different effects, and I would recommend experimenting with them to get many different results and see what you like best. Whether that be moving the lights from different angles or using modifiers like a softbox or different shapes of your lighting from umbrellas to beauty dishes to anything like that to modify and shape the key or the fill light or the hair light. Right now what we're using is a 6x6 scrim which has diffusion on it, which makes the light a big source of light and very soft, similar to what a window would look like. If you want a more dramatic light, I would use something like a snoot or a funnel to really put like a sharp beam or a spotlight on your subject. For the fill light, you don't always have to have an actual light source. You can also use a bounce card, like a big piece of white paper or white board that can just bounce the key light onto the face. And by moving that closer or farther away from your subject, you can create those dramatic or less dramatic shadows. What we did was we were using single point consistent lights, and instead of buying a funnel snoot, we actually just used black seamless paper and wrapped it around to create kind of a tunneling of the light so that it didn't spread out into the camera or onto the backdrop. The cheapest way to get into this kind of lighting with video would be something like cheap LED panels, which can get up to like around like $100 if you want, and you can get 3 and have a full light set up pretty easily. If you're looking to do photography, you can also buy either consistent lights like the LED panels, or you could buy strobes, which also range between like $100 to $300. Once again, this is just a starting point, and you can also modify your light in many ways besides the softness and intensity. There's many ways that you can modify this light, so I'd recommend trying all different kinds of setups and see what you like.